morning, Dubai. Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show, where we go through the top trending stories that everyone across the country is talking about. Our top story for you today, the best news. New tolls across all Salik gates begin tomorrow.
A Dubai
news of Salik.
Me so much because I don't really pass Salik on my way back home or my way to work.
Neither do I.
We're the lucky ones.
We're the lucky ones. But for those of you who do, this could be quite significant. So if you're a driver that passes through any Salik toll gate, brace yourselves. The new Salik tariffs are coming into effect tomorrow. And will this affect you? Here's everything you need to know.
What we need to understand is that it's a flexi toll system, and under this new system, toll charges will be waived from 1 a.m. to 6 a.m. Then on weekdays, the tariff will be set at 6.
Have a job that requires, because you have to get through the gates before before 6 a.m.
For me, because I cannot handle traffic at all. I can't stay for an hour in traffic on the road. So I would rather, because it's like two stones in one bird. So I won't have to pay 60 dirhams for Salik, and I can just leave after 8 when the traffic cools down a little bit. That's what I would rather do instead. I would wait it out somewhere. I would either meet a friend or go to a cafe or go to the gym.
To avoid it's not really about avoiding the traffic though, because we think that the traffic will be reduced because of the tolls. It's about avoid paying that extra charge that you're going to be hit with.
Yeah, but if you think about it, like it's going to be separate. Like sometimes people will take it.
But people are already, the reason they have to do this is because people aren't doing what you're doing. They're not avoiding traffic. There are hundreds of thousands of cars on the roads at these specific times because they have to go to work at a certain time, and now the government is putting these toll tariffs in place, which by the way are widely popular in London. It's extremely expensive to get into the centre of London. New York just introduced them, by the way, weirdly, like for the first time in ever, I think at the beginning of the year, January, and apparently the travel time has reduced significantly for people trying to get from, for example, Brooklyn into Manhattan.
Really? Do you think it's going to work here also?
I don't know.
What would you do if it was to you?
Well, okay, it doesn't affect me. It affects my fiance. He works downtown, so he needs to do a 40-minute drive down Al every day. He hits Salik tolls, but he's not going to change his start time. He's not, like, he gets there early, like 7 a.m. maybe, sometimes 7, 8 a.m.
Maybe it's up to the offices if they're going to make it a little bit flexible for the people on these stats.
Yeah, but 10 a.m. is too, like, so for example, it's between 6 and 10 a.m. So either you introduce a 10 a.m. start time, but then you're in the office until 7.
That's a lot.
But then,
you know, maybe that's a question that you can ask a lot of people. Apparently, a lot of people are okay from working 10 to 7 p.m. I saw a poll somewhere at one of those accounts. It says, would you rather do 10?
What about ours?
We'll put it out tomorrow. So would you rather work from 10 to 7 or 6 to 3 p.m. or from 8 to 4 as it was a 8 hours job, or from 9 to 5?
Right.
What would you rather do?
The earlier the better. Do me from like 6 to 3.
6 to 3?
For sure.
Yeah. I think I'd do the same also.
Yeah.
Because you'd have the rest of the day for yourself. You can nap, and then you can wake up, and then you can do a lot of activities.
Exactly. Who are you 10 to 7 folks?
People that are not early risers.
They would be higher.
Yeah.
I was there at the weekend. They have a Sunday roast deal, and it was delicious. But not only was it delicious, but the service was like
top tier.
Really top tier. Like there was a child with us, a baby, and like the baby, I don't think has ever had the most delicious pasta and the most like 3 people surrounding the baby, making sure the baby was comfortable. I was like,
the baby's not going to remember this.
Well, 28. So 28th on the list. 11 Woodfire.
Oh, I never tried this restaurant.
I had the burger there. It was really good.
Is it good?
Yes, it was worth the journey.
Oh my God.
21 grams, 26. Lots of Dubai. LPM Dubai, 23.
Oh, that's a given. That's a given.
That's worth it.
It's worth it.
They've been like a truly established restaurant in Dubai, and it's French dining, which is, I think, the OG like cuisine. French cuisine was just once again nominated the best cuisine in the world. Yeah. But in Dubai, I think other cuisines have overtaken French in terms of restaurants up and coming. You don't see many French up and coming.
That's true, but LPM it stays the standard.
Zuma is 19.
Zuma all the time. It's always top. In all countries, actually. Have you ever visited the Zuma in Istanbul?
I haven't been to any Zuma.
The other one, the one in Turkey, it's really nice.
You know what's really good? Bait Mariam, Levantine Home Cooking.
Oh my
yes,
God.
at 15. I'm not sure if it's the OG in JLT or the new fancier one that they've
I think
opened.
it's a fancy one.
It just says Bait Mariam, so I'm not sure.
Oh my God, I'm so happy she made the list.
Yes, me too. She tends to. Food is amazing. Okay, let's go to top 10.
Okay.
So many Dubai restaurants. Moonrise Dubai.
Really?
Okay. I'm going to bust through, leave the other countries aside, stay in Dubai. 7 Juns.
No, I haven't tried this one.
Okay. Correct me if I'm wrong, it's American Asian influences, and it's on, I think, Sheikh Mohammed Boulevard. I've never been to the restaurant, but I went to the Time Out Market and I had the burger, and I am a burger fiend, and it was the best burger I've ever tried. And then I went back to have it again, and they took it off the menu. They say you have to go to the restaurant to try it, and I'm like, oh, it's such a good burger.
Okay, so I'll take your recommendation.
Okay,
because I feel like we have the same taste. If you like Mimi Kikuchi, I'm sure I'm gonna like this one.
Well, yeah. Okay, it was like a real sloppy burger, but done really well.
Okay, that's fine. Gloves is fine.
I don't know. Okay, Oceano 5.
Never tried it. No.
It's the restaurant in Atlantis with the. So you'd recognise it because it's got the aquarium, but Chef Gregor has been there for a number of years, and he's really upscaled it, and it's like top tier cuisine. It's amazing. Okay, and then 3, the top 3, all in Dubai. Number 3, Kanoya.
Oh yeah, I agree with this one.
Yes,
I agree with this one.
And
yes,
valuable, like budget friendly.
Yeah, true. I agree with this
I
one.
can actually afford it.
I can actually afford it.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, 3, Kanoya. Take
Okay,
notes,
nice.
Because this is your food bucket list for the rest of the
Kanoya
year.
is so good, by the way. It's
Kanoya
so
is
good.
amazing.
It's so good. I recommend this. And if it made it top 3, then I'll tell you it's really good.
And top 3 for a restaurant that I believe started during COVID, kind of dining supper club situation. So it was a woman just making food, and then it catapulted into a restaurant because there's so much interest. And now it's number 3. We're never going to get a table again.
Which restaurant is it?
This is Kanoya. Okay, sorry. Number 2, Tresson Studio Dubai.
Ooh, they keep making it every year.
Of course.
Look at them. They're so humble also. I love them.
Chef
so cute.
Himanshui, we had him on the show before.
Yeah.
It's a Tresson Studio, 11 to 13 course. You have to go there for the...
I keep saying I'm going to try that, I never do.
Oh, you have
But
to.
the presentation is gorgeous.
It's unbelievable. It's world class.
So good.
Tresson Studio for me is like...
I keep saying I want to try it, but I never do. And every time I look at their images and I look at the presentation, I just want to go for the presentation, nothing else.
Last one.
What's the last one?
4, the Middle East and North Africa's 50 best restaurants for 2025. In number 1, coming from Dubai, is the one and only Orfali Bros Bistro.
Congratulations.
So many congratulations coming through for the Syrian brothers. People love it. People are so proud that what they've done for the dining scene in Dubai. They've put themselves and us on a world stage because it's homegrown here, but it brings food from the region to the world. Really well deserved. And I've eaten there once. It was hard to get a reservation there as well. And it's also good value, not too expensive, but you're having like an amazing foodie experience. Have you eaten there?
No, I haven't. You know, this is the first time I hear of this restaurant, actually.
After the show, I'm always like, I need to talk to Mass about savings. And now I'm like, I need to talk to you about going out for it to eat. So it's going to be...
But there are a lot of really good restaurants here in Dubai that didn't make the list.
Oh, I could have skipped a few. Okay, what didn't make the list?
Okay. Let's see if it didn't make the list. Or
well,
not.
I've kind of... That was the list.
Maybe because they're my top.
What didn't make the list?
Okay. Lucia's. Didn't make the list.
Oh, yeah.
It's such a good restaurant.
It's a vibe.
It's a vibe. True.
Is it the best Italian?
So good.
The food is really, really good.
I'm always satisfied. I leave satisfied.
Lucia's is really good.
Okay. What about Gal? It's a new one here.
I don't know it.
It's really fun.
Is it a vibe?
Yeah.
It's a vibe. I think these are all about the food.
I'm like, no, I want to go have fun.
I love Gohan. It's a Japanese restaurant. Really, really love it. I've had this amazing... I didn't think I liked matcha until I had their matcha dessert.
Really? Oh.
We digress. We want to go into more inspiration for you and what you can do this weekend. There's a big event going on. We're going to be down there and we want to see you there as well.
So unlock exclusive perks at Dubai's biggest cycling event with your car keys. So get ready for some exclusive...
20-kilometer family ride. How lovely does that sound? 20-kilometer family ride. How lovely does that sound? The main event, which is an option between a 50 km ride or a 101-kilometer ride.
And make sure to pass by the Skoda Fun Zone for family games, test drives, and a special display of the iconic Tour de France director's car. Don't miss the hero car of the event, the all-new Skoda Kodiaq, which will mark the first UAE public appearance at the event, leading the peloton.
So as we said, if you're a Skoda owner, bring your car key to the Skoda Fun Zone for a free cycling backpack. Yes, freebies galore. And this is for Please In It, and also we go live in podcast format, so if you want to re-listen, you'll find us there. Let's jump into our next story. Mystery in the fashion world, it seems.
Mystery in the fashion world. So Vogue Arabia's, everyone's beloved Vogue Arabia, socials just vanished as soon as Anna Wintour lands in Dubai. So something very mysterious is happening in the world of high fashion. Just as the Anna Wintour touched down in Dubai, Vogue Arabia's socials media's vanished. It's gone. So the queen of fashion, the one and only Wintour, was spotted at the grand opening of Condé Nast brand new Dubai's office.
But while she was making headlines, Vogue Arabia's social pages, they appear to be gone. Can I just say that we've since had information that they're actually gone for a little while, so there's something brewing. Ooh. There's something brewing. But this is, understand the magnitude that Vogue Social Arabia, Instagram, for example, had 1.4 million followers. And then for them to remove all the posts, something significant is happening. And this is where it gets interesting. Her visit comes at quite a delicate moment. So the Emirati firm that ran Vogue Arabia since 2016 are in a bit of a legal issue with Condé Nast, claiming that there's issues going on behind the scenes, let's just say.
But despite the drama, Vogue Arabia is now officially under Condé Nast umbrella, with Manuel Arnault stepping in as the head editorial content. So was this a media reset? Was this a power move? Was it like a glitch? Maybe it's a glitch. Maybe we're making it such a big deal when it's just a glitch. Maybe.
Well, it's all the social media pages have been removed. So something is happening behind the scenes of who runs Vogue. But the icon, the legend.
She's here.
She's in town. And the photos. So she's in the office and everyone's taking a photo with her. And I'm just thinking, what would you wear? And all of the outfits. But could you imagine, you work in Vogue and every day you probably have to come.
You have to come dressed up.
You have to come dressed up. But when Anna is in the office.
Oh my God, I would go.
I don't know if
I would wear a ball gown.
I would Dubai bling to the office. Everyone
except me.
Yeah, exactly. Imagine.
I would never forget that compliment. Imagine she comes into the office. I feel like this is giving me, this reminding me of The Devil's Wears Prada.
Exactly.
Devil Wears Prada. Really sweet person. Maybe we're just, because we watched that movie and we have our own perspectives on things.
True, but I think she's revered in the fashion industry. She has a legacy of how many decades of Vogue, and she clearly has an impeccable eye for taste. So if she compliments your outfit, the whole office would stop. Stylish. Because she's not going to compliment everyone, right? It's only if it's absolutely epic. And imagine she was like, Massa, you've nailed it. You would just... You won.
I would die.
You won at life.
I would die. I would leave that office. I would just leave.
That would be
I would not come back. That was it. I made it.
I'd go and start my own line. I'd start my new fashion brand to rival.
Because she approved. But her dress is so nice, by the way.
Yeah, and it's so...
Look at the people they're wearing. Oh my God. Look at the outfits. I would wear a midi dress, like a minimalistic, simple midi dress, but it's not your typical midi dress.
Yeah,
it has to have something like a bow.
You know what's interesting is I saw the lineup of some of the outfits, and there was a girl wearing a midi dress. It was structured but also loose at the same time, and it had this amazing belt in the middle. I was like, she nailed it.
I love it.
Anyway, we digress once again. Food, fashion, and more. But now we're jumping into something that is more relatable, I would say, to a wider audience. We're going to talk about how Policybazaar is revolutionizing insurance for you, the UAE customer, with seamless tech and 30-minute claims. Let's jump right into it after this very short break. Hey guys, welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show. Today's guest is Toshita Chown, an industry leader in growth and innovation at Policybazaar.ae as the business head for car and health insurance. With over a decade of experience in business development and marketing, she's played a key role
so that the kind of a sales process where you can chat with our insurance experts. They can call you, they can explain to you everything on the phone or email or WhatsApp, through all our official channels. So I think we're a blend of digital and offline, because I think insurance people want to be assured by a human that, hey, yes, this is correct and what you're buying is, what it covers and what it doesn't cover for you.
It's so true. When you get a vast amount of knowledge, but at the end of the day, I can say yes, but I really do also want that human approach. So Policybazaar is obviously a key player in the industry. So what challenges do you see in the industry right now, and how are you guys working to address them?
So I'll talk more about health insurance, because that's a key area for us where we've made certain changes and advancements basis what we thought the customers here in the UAE are looking for. And we get loads of inquiries on our platforms. We have so many data points that we could gather that where are the gaps. And we realize that, hey, the health insurance plans been sold in the UAE traditionally they've been great in terms of coverage, and the government has done a great job in making it mandatory. And now, in Northern Emirates also it's mandatory. And how can we make a difference to the customer's life, especially when you're buying individual health insurance? Because in group health, like for example, when your employer pays for it, if you face any trouble, you have a more structured platform to raise your grievance, whether you go to your HR and you take it up with your manager, etc. But when it's an individual policy for you and your family, it's you with the insurance company, right? You're dealing with them directly. And we kind of come in between and see how can we solve that for you? How can we give more for the that money that you're paying the insurance company? How do we add more value to that? So I think under the PB Advantage program, we've kind of, we've tried to do that.
Right. So what is exactly PBH Advantage? How is it different from health insurance plan or part of the health policy plan?
So PB Advantage is basically Policybazaar Advantage. It's an exclusive program designed for Policybazaar customers, where we've taken the health insurance plans and added our kind of benefits onto it, which don't come at any additional cost. They're kind of given, at a free cost to our customers, whoever's buying a health insurance plan from us under this scheme. We try and give you 4 or 5 benefits here. One is a no-claim bonus, which is unheard of in the health insurance space at the moment.
Wow.
You would have heard that in car insurance, that if you don't claim, you get a cheaper premium next year. But in health insurance, there was nothing like this up until now. So we try and basically reward healthy lives. People are not claiming too much. So if you've not made any inpatient claim, you would get a 10% increase in your policy cover, your sum insured, for the next year. And that can go on to 10% every year on year, up to 5 years. So if you have sum insured of 1 million, it can move on to 1.5 million over the next 5 years without you paying any additional cost.
Wow.
So that's one of them. The other is auto recharge. And what is auto recharge? The name suggests auto recharge. Basically, if you have exhausted your policy limit for a particular illness, and unfortunately, if you develop any unrelated illness in the same year, we top up your health insurance cover for the same amount. So you are kind of covered for, all the possible claims that you could make in the year.
So interesting. One of the things that also stuck out to us was the 30-minute claim. So I'm just wondering how will that kind of work in real time? How will it streamline, I guess, the process for us as customers? And do you have any examples of how it works?
Yeah, so a 30-minute claim assistance is basically, again, as I said, a lot of us are employed under the group health scheme, which is very straightforward. You don't really give your individual medical application in terms of what pre-existing conditions you have, etc. It's under a larger pool and your claims start to get processed. If you have any grievances, you go to your HR. Under the individual, you have to really declare what your personal medical conditions are, what your medical history is, etc. And if you face any issue, you are kind of given a toll-free number to call the insurance company or the third-party administrator, which is the TPA. And at some point, no one gives you a guarantee as to when they'll resolve your issue, right? They will definitely resolve your issue, but it could be in 10 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours, or in 48 hours, you don't know. What we try and do it because we understand insurance and we understand the customers' on-ground issues, what they're facing, and we understand the policy coverage and how the whole system works. We are telling the customers, we will give you an assured response within 30 minutes as to what's the status of your case is, where is it stuck, and how can we resolve it for you, right? So this is something where today in this digital space, the customer wants everything as of yesterday. They don't want to wait, right? And we're just saying, hey, we may not be able to solve it for you in 30 minutes, but we're gonna assure you what can be done and what should you expect. So because when it comes to health insurance claims, it's either you or your family who's ill or sick, and that's not the best mindset or mind frame you're in. So you're anyway kind of bogged down at that time, and you really don't want to deal with multiple phone calls, you being put on hold, etc. So that's kind of where we intervene and come in.
That's so true. Having that worry during those times is the worst. You just don't want to be thinking about insurance.
What about auto recharge? How does it work?
So auto recharge, as I explained, we try and top up your sum insured. If you've used, for example, let's say, again, extreme cases, right? Sometimes we develop multiple conditions in a year, which we never thought like we could have a knee surgery required. True. And we use a certain amount of the policy for that surgery, which is which costs a certain amount. And then you have a certain unrelated medical condition, like you could have, let's say, kidney stone or some other injury, etc. And you don't have any cover left, although you have a health insurance policy, but there's just no money left in that for you to claim. So for unrelated claims, we would top up that amount. So you are kind of covered for the year. You can sit back and relax, and with that one policy, it kind of covers you for everything.
Ensures that no worries are in place, basically. Like everything is covered.
Exactly. And see, we realize this because we really deal with hundreds and thousands of customers on a daily basis, and we know what is the issue that they face, and the medical insurance is the costs are increasing month on month, year on year. And for every buck, how do we make their life easier, and what do we give them extra is something I think we strive to do for. And all this is only available at policybazaar.ae, and we strive to not charge anything extra for this. So we're saying, hey, if you're buying health insurance, have a look at what policybazaar.ae offers, then make up your mind as to what you want to buy, and where you want to buy from.
It's good to have the conversation, because I feel like it's a bit of a minefield out there when you're kind of going online. So even having this conversation and creating that awareness around things like your 30-minute claims assistance, your PB Advantage as a whole, and we spoke about auto recharge. But the program also speaks about resolving issues and getting quotes for pre-existing diseases. Is that a big issue?
Yeah, I mean, see, traditionally, we have a lot of people here who have some pre-existing conditions. They could just have a higher BMI, which is, just overweight. And they could have some lifestyle conditions, which could be diabetes, hypertension. And we see these as very common declarations. What we saw very commonly being as a practice done in the market was customers used to think, hey, if I don't declare it, it's fine. Like, how will they know I already have this condition? But when you go to the doctor, you will, they will know your history, because they will ask you questions, and you don't lie there. You will tell them, like, what sort of medication you've been on, if you've had any previous surgeries, etc., because you want the doctor to really know your history to assess your case. And the insurance company then gets this feedback from the facility that, hey, this is the case, and if you don't declare it, it's a misdeclaration, and your claim is declined. And unfortunately, there's nothing anybody can do about it. Although you've paid for a health insurance policy, it doesn't exist for you because you can't use it anymore. So we educate customers on this, and they then open up saying, okay, I have this condition, or I have a high BMI. But they want the policy as of yesterday because they're transacting on a digital platform. But typically the insurance company underwrites this risk individually, looking at it, that what can they do. So it would take us 24 to 48 hours to go back to the customer with the quotation and what premium, the insurance company would charge them. And sometimes the customer either has to go visit a hospital then, or they've just lost interest in the waiting time. So we've kind of now made a process, because of the massive amount of data sets that we have, as to what are the conditions, what are the insurers charging in terms of premiums, what are the loadings that we can define, and we've created an algorithm where we're able to turn around a quotation for you in 30 minutes. So that's kind of what we strive to do.
Here to save the people.
We just want everyone insured, basically, right?
Okay, if we can dive a little bit deeper, what is the NRI Advantage program?
Right. So Policybazaar is a very well-known brand back in India, right? Indian customers have huge brand affinity towards us, and they kind of look up to us as one source of information where they research about insurance products and what's out there in the market. And we said, hey, why don't we solve something for our folks here in this country? And personally, being from India, we understood that what are the challenges we face? And health insurance in India doesn't quite work the same way as it works in the UAE. If you were to buy health insurance in India, the insurance company has to look at your case individually, and they may say, hey, depending on your current health profile and condition, they may not choose to give you health insurance. Or they may say, hey, I will give you health insurance, but I will apply waiting periods, which could be up to 4 years. So if you have a certain condition, you could be paying for health insurance, but that will not be covered up to 4 years. And when, as NRIs, we moved back to India, we're much older than what we are today, right? And mostly we saw people retiring here and moving back. And at that point, you've kind of developed some minor pre-existing or major pre-existing diseases. And then if you want to buy health insurance, A, it becomes very costly. B, there could be huge waiting periods. C, the insurance company could totally decline your case. So we're saying, hey, you buy a policy from us here under the NRI Care program, and we will ensure that policy operates back in India as well. You will get cashless inpatient treatments done within the same policy across 400 cities in India. And when you do move back to India, we will port this policy for you without any waiting period. So, and we exist in both the countries, right? Here in the UAE and back there. So we'll be there hand-holding you as to how do you move that policy back home.
That is such a boon for Indian residents.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And there's one more thing to it. As Indians, we see when we go back home, everything's much cheaper, right? We're converting dirham to rupee, and we want to buy everything and get it back to the UAE, whatever's more expensive. And we love to get a medical checkup done because we're like, hey, we're going back. Let's just use the Indian facilities. We love the doctors back home. And we said, okay, why don't we give a free health checkup back in India to our NRI customers who are in this policy? So we added that as a feature because we know that at some point, most of us travel back home at least once a year. And it'll be great to give this kind of a service to our customers, and they should have a look at what's going on inside their bodies.
Please, Policybazaar, set up in Ireland because my mom, we've had this issue where we have Irish health insurance for her, but she's been living here for years, and I think that's such a great product, and I think it's really looking at the needs of UAE residents. It's so important. Health insurance is so specific to individuals and people, so for anyone watching today who has individual questions, which I'm sure they are, how can they find you guys?
They can just contact us on policybazaar.ae. They can contact us through email, phone, WhatsApp, call our toll-free lines, contact us on our social media pages. We're everywhere.
Toshita Chown from Policybazaar, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, Massa.
Thank you.
And that brings us to the end of the Lovin Dubai show today. We're back with you tomorrow morning, same time, same place. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.